So we're going to work on our background for the painting that we're doing based on the book Rabbityness. So we want to create a painted background that has a really impulsive kind of line quality to it. Nearby, I have some paints that I'm going to use. And you'll notice these are bowls of paint with something inside of them. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to count on movement to create the effect of the moving lines I want. So nearby, I also have a spoon and a paper towel. So these will be my painting tools. Very unlikely tools. Usually you would find a spoon in a kitchen. This one obviously I've not been eating with. So what I'm going to do is take one of these bowls, and the red here has marbles in the paint, and I'm going to stir these around, and I'm going to scoop them out, and I'm going to drop them down on the paper. Now, as soon as they do that, they roll, and they created a line when they did that. Now, I want to try not to touch the paper, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the box, and when I move this box that this is in, and if you don't have a box, you could use like a tray or something shallow that you can drop the marbles down in, but you don't have to worry about them rolling out the sides. Now I can see they're moving around, leaving paint lines on here, but eventually I stop seeing lines, so now it's time for me to take this. I'm going to put this back in the bowl of paint. I'm going to take my spoon and wipe it off with my paper towel so that I can safely put this spoon into another color. So I think I'm going to use blue. So I'm going to stir the marbles around a little bit in the blue paint, make sure they're well coated with it, and I'm going to drop those down. But if you notice the red where I dropped it initially, there's more color. So I want to try to put the blue down in a different spot because the first place it lands, that's where the most color will be. Now, if I can get the blue marbles to roll through the red, I'm actually going to start seeing three colors. The red, the blue, but where they mix, you guys know I'm going to see purple, a secondary color. So my two primaries have mixed to make a secondary. So I'm going to try, I've got some black here, I've got some yellow. I think I like the idea of using yellow. I think that bright color will contrast nicely with the blue that I just did. So I'm going to stir this around. Maybe just get three marbles. There's an extra one in there, but I want to just try to drop it down in a new spot and then let those move. And again, you start with the one color, but as these roll around, the yellow is mixing with the blue, so I'm seeing green. And then the yellow is mixing with the red in places, so I'm actually starting to see places where I see orange. So once I feel like my background is done, then I will take the marbles, put them back into the paint, wipe off my hands so I can keep working. Now, I want to start thinking about the rabbit.